I just made a big mistake and I wanted to share it with you guys. I share my errors, I share my triumphs, my good news, the things I'm proud of. But I wanted to share this error with you. I've been doing this for a long time. I've been editing since the first days of non-linear editing and backing up digital media. And I just made a big mistake today. I was trying to do too many things at once. I'm backing up some files on the feature film that I've been telling you guys about that I just completed, just got picture locked with the producer and the director. And luckily, I was backing it up like I'm supposed to do. I stepped outside to film a video for you guys about self taping. And when I came back in, I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. And I, I was trying to empty one of my trying to reduce the content on one of my external hard drives. So I didn't verify what drive I was deleting. I knew I had backed up the footage and the footage has completed, and I verified the size. I think I did. I can't even remember straight now. I was so flushed. I've been so flustered. I'm finally just calming down now because it would have been a disaster. Ultimately I had other backups from earlier during the month when I was working on this project. So I had backups, but those backups were probably like 3 weeks ago. So all the footage was there, all the footage was backed up. I didn't do that crazy of a mistake, but I would have had to go back and repeat 3 weeks of editing, polishing. But I was able to recover that file, the file folder. I exported the whole project to an external FireWire drive, Thunderbolt drive, and thought I was on the backup drive, or I don't know what I thought. I was trying to free up room on one of my external editing drives. So I thought I had completed everything. And unfortunately, when I deleted it, some of the associated media was on another drive. So a bunch of files disappeared. A bunch of decisions I had made within the last 3 weeks disappeared. So ultimately, I was able to recover. So right now, I'm backing up onto a third drive, 3 backups, because there's no way I want to go back and repeat a month's worth of work. So I know what I'm saying sounds kind of confusing. I can't explain it. I'm not explaining it completely right. But the bottom line is I didn't verify my backup of my project before I deleted the copy I didn't need. And so luckily, I was able to recover because the new backup had all the associated media. And I was able to recover from this terrible mistake. For a few moments, I didn't think I was going to be able to. So I had to tell myself, calm down, think, how can you recover from this? Because the edit file was missing like 3 weeks worth of work. And so what I realized was that I could probably reopen the project from the backup and see if everything that I had done up until today, because I had done some editing early this morning and made some final fixes from the producer. Woo! So I was able to recover and everything looks good. So the tip is always back up. When you're working on these long projects, especially client projects, and they're a week, a month, some projects I've edited, feature films, have taken me 3 months to edit. And I back up at certain intervals. And you need to decide what interval you want to back up. Every week, a separate backup that contains all the new decisions, or, every 10 days, whatever. Normally, I back up when I make some major progress. When I'm editing a feature, I'll finish act one, I'll back up. I finish act two, I back up. And then finally, when I finish act three, I back up. And I back those up. I know this takes a lot of storage, and especially today with the enormous size of 4K files. But it's worth it because once you have picture locked, then you can just delete all those other backups once you're confident you have everything. And you back something up for the client that you're going to deliver to the client on a separate external drive. So as long as I've been doing this, I got complacent. I got sloppy. And luckily for me, I was able to recover from that mistake. I was outside shooting, came in here, thought everything was done, didn't verify what file I was looking at, and deleted my master file. So luckily I didn't delete the rendered copies because would have to render everything over again. So I was able to completely restore the project, and now I'm backing it up on 2 additional drives so that if I mess up again, I will be able to recover instantly. So the project is done. I'm just waiting now, and this was the worst time for it to go. Well, no time is good, but this was the worst time because the cloud had lifted. I was finished. I'm making a copy to give to the composer so they can do the music, and that's where I made my mistake, trying to do too many things at once. So when it comes to these projects, I also recommend making little notes to yourself if you're in the final backup stages. Okay, back it up to whatever name your backup drive is. Keep your master drive clean, and then always recommend 3 backups. I know it takes a lot of space, but it is worth it, especially if you've been working on something for like almost 3 months, which I have been. I wouldn't have lost everything. I wouldn't have lost everything, but I would have lost almost a month's worth of revisions, and unacceptable, unacceptable. So again, this is just a quick tips about backing up. It's essential to come up with some backup workflow, especially when you're working on client projects as an editor and you can't afford to redo your work because you have other things to do. You have other projects to come on, or you might want to just take a break, So again, I just wanted to let you know my mistake. Luckily for me, I was able to recover, not paying attention when I'm deleting a group of files, a large group of files, probably like over 600 gigs, and thought I was on the right drive, but I was on the wrong drive. So pay attention. Keep your wits about you. Make sure you back up regularly to separate drives at separate stages. I know it sounds complicated, but if you lose big and you have to repeat, a month's worth of work because you weren't paying attention for, 2 minutes and you make a mistake, then you will be happy if you build yourself a backup strategy. Decide on however you want to do it. You need some kind of backup strategy and a regular backup intervals where you back up your project. I know that software has internal backups, but if you delete the project files, they're gone. You delete the associated media. That's what I did. I had deleted the associated media that I thought I was backing up. And I was just absent-minded for a moment there. I still can't figure out why I was dumping it so fast until I had verified where it was, and then also made an additional copy of it before I deleted the work file. One of my drives had become too full, and it was in the red zone, and I needed to do something, and I wasn't paying attention. So don't let that happen to you. Make yourself a backup strategy, and you don't have to do this for every project. If you're editing something real simple you're going to throw up on YouTube, I'm not saying that. I'm saying when you're working as a working editor and you're being paid and there's timelines and you have to be professional. You can't have the excuse, oh, my drive crashed. You need to constantly be backing up to at least 2 additional drives. Your work drive and then 2 backups. I would say you should be safe. Some people say have an off-site backup, but that's for archiving, I think, archiving purposes. And my off-site, it's always usually I deliver it to the client and on their own drive, and they take the file away. And I tell them, don't count on me. I always tell them, and it sounds like I'm joking, but I kind of couch it in a joke. Don't count on me because I could pass away. I get hit by a bus. Here's your project on your drive. Don't rely on me having it a year from now or 6 months from now. Usually I keep clients' projects for 3 or 4 years, especially big projects when I edit a feature film. But don't count on me. I tell them that. Here's your drive. All the media is on your drive. You are now responsible because anything could happen, And that it's not joking. I can die. I will die one day. But I tell the clients, keep your backup. Keep the backups I give you because you ultimately are responsible for your own project. So I make that clear. I make that very clear. And just now, what happened today? This happened I just recovered from it about an hour ago, and I'm finally calming down. I didn't freak out like I used to do when I was younger, but I was able to recover. I was able to calm down and think, how can I recover from this error that I made by not paying attention? So again, pay attention, have backups, backup intervals. Set up your own work plan. Set up your own work plan. If you're doing this as a business, you have to be professional. Set up your own work plan about how often you're going to back up. When you make certain amount of progress, when are you going to back up? So that's going to be it for now. I might jump back on later and give you an update, but I'm still doing good. I'm back on track. And I even have some videos coming out for you guys. That's what had distracted me. I went out to shoot some videos while the files were backing up. But then when I came back, I was distracted. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. You get complacent. You get complacent after you do this for so long. And you think you're not going to make any mistakes. But ultimately, we all make mistakes. All right, I'll see you later. I want to say hi to everybody who's stopping in. I appreciate it. I can't see your names down there. I think I see Chaz, hello. Santa Cube, hello. So yes, thank you guys for stopping by. If you haven't seen my content, please go to my channel, take a look. I talk about acting, directing, and editing. And again, just like I jumped on here today, I tell you when I make mistakes so that you don't have to make them. Okay, I'll see you in the next one.